Okay, so this is a video showing that Dorn202 was a scripter, so it's just a proof to show all the moments that were incriminating. I'll start with the two most obvious moments that we can see that he's scripting, but I have plenty more. So let's get started. Just a little little summary of what happened. It was a 25 minutes games, 26. In which Kog'Maw was hit by 6 kill shots. 2 were when Ezreal, which was me, was out of Fog of War. 1 was because he was dodging another skill shot while he got hit. And last one was because he was CC'd already. So let's get started with the most obvious video. It was at 22:20, so it was a little bit further. So let's just follow this guy. So 22:20, Kog is farming bot lane. He's now he's going to the fight. Then he's behind the locks. And we can see she throws her Q, so technically he's not in danger, he goes to her. And then he just manages to be like just outside her E range and was kiting around it just to kill her. That's one of the moments. And the other moment is at 20:30, which is just there. When Kog'Maw was split pushing bot. And Lux was gonna hide in the bush, so she's in the bush right now, and he just jerks out of it. No vision, he just starts to jerk, dodge perfectly around it, and then she throws her E, and before she throws it, he automatically dodges it to go around it, and just outside of it. So, that were the two most incriminating places, but we can see like just the background. He's the gold 4. Been months since he played. Wasn't ADC main. And beginning of laning phase against the Thresh Ezreal. He's not placing behind minions. He's placing like he's positioning like a noob. He's trading poorly. He's getting auto to death. He doesn't know how to play, but can't seem to get hit by any skill shots. So that's just how this guy played the whole game, but touches everything. So at 2:59, there's a pretty good place where he just manages to dodge everything. So again, Thresh is in this bush, but he's positioning not behind minions, which is pretty stupid. And then just can't seem to get hit by anything. Throws a Q, doesn't react because he knows the outside of it. He never reacts to hooks when they are not on him. He just moves past them. And then just no reaction at all. No reaction to the Q because it wasn't on him. So by the looks of it, he just looked like a noob who got lucky because no skill shots were hit on him. But as we remember from the other clips, well, he's dodging everything that Lux throws at him, even when there's nothing. Same here, dodges the hook, no reaction, he knows that it's not on him. Ezreal Q flies right through him. We're just gonna look at it again in slow motion. So Thrashes decide to throw a hook right here, I think. He dodges perfectly, and he continues forward like any real human would do. No, you dodged. And then started throwing spells. Stops to dodge the Q that wasn't thrown yet right now. Just dodges it. He knows that it was there. And then continues with it like nothing was ever thrown out. Perfectly dodging everything. Like any good human being reacting before the spell is thrown. So next one is us 454. Where clearly just goes back to lane. Thresh hook will be thrown at him, and no reaction at all because he knows that he's not there. Like he might just not be looking at the screen, but that's pretty weird for a human standard. Then at 540, there's another one. So he's just around lane, positioning not behind minions like any good players would do. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna position there because I don't know how to play the game. And he's just face tanking everything, slides around the hook, and once he knows he's past it, he just auto attacks because he knows that there's no threat of him getting hooked, and dodges the Q, pixel perfect, and position like if the worst player in the world. But manages to dodge everything. And then 645, blah blah blah. There's another one that's pretty messy. Again, positioning there when he knows Thresh is here, because he's such a good player. Oh, a hook, dodges it. That was a pretty bad hook, so... Oh. Then, the Q. Pixel perfect, like he stopped to attack, because he knew it wasn't on him. Rakan got hit, but he was dodging it. And then there's a W that he'll dodge perfectly, even if it wasn't on him, because there's Rakan behind, in the front. Then he starts jerking, and now there's a skill shot. He was dodging Thresh E, so he got hit by my Q. First skill shot hit on him at 7 minutes on a gold 4 player B. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of the game. Then at 7:25, he just keeps doing the same thing. There's skill shots that he's gonna dodge pixel perfect, like so that's Thresh hook right now. And pixel perfect on the Thresh hook, a dodge. That's again the story of the game. Next one is in a bit, it's at 9:15, so I'm just gonna skip a bit. So 9:15, it's not really a big evidence by itself, but with all the game it's pretty clear. So again, dodges pixel perfect. Then here positioned like a really weird man. Dodges everything like before the skill shot is thrown. And again, now there's gonna be another hook, I think. He's dodging pixel perfect again. These ones were pretty big at 9:28. Just right here. He dodges everything before the skill shots are thrown, but wait a second, and he can't last it. For someone who's that good mechanically, he can't last it under tower. So, dodges perfectly. This one dodges before it's thrown perfectly. Just a god. So, that's pretty much that for this one. Next one is as 12 minutes. So, again, he's not gonna position behind minions because he's such a good player. He knows that mechanically he's invincible. So he goes there, weirdest side possible, and dodges perfectly the Thresh hook. And before he's behind minions, like any good players would just go behind minions and not get hooked, but he's still not behind minions because he knows that he's not gonna get hit by the hook, because he knows that he's already outside of the range. So he stops before he's even covered by minions. So that's just some weird move that nobody would do. So yeah, that's pretty weird. Now 14:55 is where the first skill shot, the second skill shot was hit on him, and it's a pretty weird interaction because he was against the wall, and he was dodging it perfectly, but we know that Riot Games program skill shots so that at the end of it, they look for a target, and that's what happened right here. So he completely juked out by stopping, and then it hooked him like at the last milliseconds. It was a weird look, but it was really like the last frame just hit him when it was really not on him. You see, he was dodging it perfectly, but kind of it searched for a target and he got hit. So I guess that his program is not perfect, but that was a weird dodge that didn't manage. And then I hit my second skill shot on him because he was, even when he was in the box, he was jerking around it because he probably tried to walk outside of it, but the script wasn't allowing him to hit the wall, so he kind of jerked the first seconds. And then I hit my first W on him. I was really proud of this one. And he died. So that's another one. Then at 1640, there's the TP. There's Vlad TPing bot because I'm telling all my friends that this guy is scripting. So he TPs just to put pressure to see how he'll react. So that's the worst TP ever, but whatever. Just there. Dodges the Q perfectly, flashes the W like any pro player would do.
This is the drop.
So it's a kill. Then there's Lux around. So dodging my other Q like it's nothing. Other Q dodge like it's nothing. And then I don't know what Lux is doing, to be honest. Dodging the Q before it's thrown. And that's pretty much it for there. And that's it. Dodging everything that you're gonna single skill shot hit, and he dodges every one of them in a really weird manner. So 18-15 is where the next one is. So he's just not positioning like a real human being. And by the way, all his skill shots are always like perfectly on the target. Dodging the Q like it's nothing. Pixel perfect. He didn't miss a single skill shot. They were always where the person was walking to. So next one is 2030. There's a clip that you already saw when Lux was in the bush. So she's in the bush, and he just dodges the skill shot pixel perfect. Blah blah.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Just right here, he's not seeing her, and just it's like, oh, there's skill shot. I'm just gonna jerk out of it like pixel perfect, even when I try to get back. Oh, there's another skill shot. I'm just gonna dodge, just circle around, so I can get hit by him. Like that's the most normal thing to do. Again, next one is another one that you saw. It's the Lux team fight. So again, perfectly normal that you'd flank with a Kog'Maw against Thresh, Lux, and Ezreal, but you know, he's fed, so it's okay. And then, oh, dodging something that's not already on the ground yet. Perfect. Kills her, blah blah blah. And last one is the last kill shot that I managed to hit. That was at 25-30. And that's, again, I was out of Fog of War, so I managed to hit a Q. Even then, he's jerking like a madman. So, that's pretty much it. This guy always throwing the skill shots where someone's walking, like the Xerath script. So, not missing a single QE R combo. Kiting was okay, so, I mean, I don't have anything to say about that, but positioning was weird, but he was positioning like that because he knew he was dodging everything by pixel perfect, and even when he was dodging towards minions, instead of taking cover behind minions, he stopped before the cover because he was just dodging the skill shots. He was not playing correctly or jerking around. And again, the dodge on the box was pretty weird. So that's pretty much it. I added some guys after the game that played with him against him. They said that he was not moving like a human, but they weren't sure if he was scripting. But after watching the game again, I'm 100% sure that he's scripting, and that's about it. Especially for a Gold 4. Like, I've played against some pro players and they've never played like that. So yeah, that's it.